Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? An announcement was just made regarding a new campaign, the Main Quest Story Completion Campaign 2022. This campaign will start on July 25th, 2100 PDT, and last until August 31st, 2059 PDT. And as you can probably tell from the campaign name, during this period there will be a good opportunity to catch up on the main story. AP will be reduced to 1/4 for the Part 1 story arc and the Part 2 story arc up to the Atlantis Lost Belt. However, the Part 1.5 story arc, the Epic Remnant, plus main interludes and free quests do not count for this AP cost reduction. In addition, NA will be getting another new feature a little bit earlier than expected. A new item called Leyline Stones, which sort of look like blue mana prisms with more sides. These will be added to the game, and you can use these Leyline Stones to revive your party if you happen to lose a battle. So effectively, it's a free continue that doesn't use up your 3 command spells or SQ. So these can be quite useful to help clear the more difficult battles in the main story. Please note, these Leyline Stones can only be used for continuing battles in the main quest stories. Leyline Stones will also have an expiry date, so keep this in mind. Once the time limit on the Leyline Stone has elapsed, they will disappear if unused. For this campaign, 3 Leyline Stones will be distributed through a login bonus, and they all expire on September 15th, 2059 PDT. There will also be 3 limited extra master missions added for this campaign. Each will provide 1 Leyline Stone and 2 Saint Quartz as a clear reward. The missions themselves seem fairly straightforward. Proceed 1 main quest node in Part 1 and Part 2 story arcs. Proceed through 2 main quest nodes in Part 1 and Part 2. And the last one, proceed 3 main quest progress nodes in Part 1 and Part 2. Essentially, just play through the story and up to at least a few sections of Lost Belt 1. These missions are retroactive, so if you have already cleared all the story quests, then you should be able to claim the rewards immediately. These missions will be available until August 31st, and the Leyline Stone rewards will also expire on September 15th, like the ones from the login bonus. Ultimately, this campaign and the Leyline Stones will be good for those newer players that have yet to reach the Lost Belt chapters. At the very least, it's a good opportunity to reach and clear Lost Belt 3, the Synchronized Intellect Nation, Sin. The reason for that is because the next event, the Ooku Re-run, has been officially announced for early August, and the eligibility requirement for that event is to have cleared Lost Belt 3. Now, Ooku unfortunately does not have a welfare servant in terms of incentive, but it does provide lots of ascension and skill materials, and in a manner that actually has minimal farming involved. The event story is quite enjoyable, and its overall relevance is significant enough that Ooku will eventually be made into a main interlude. So on that note, if you're just unable to catch up and clear Lost Belt 3 by the time the Ooku Re-run drops, then at least you know there will be another opportunity to play through its story in the future. And now for a little SQ saving related discussion. As I mentioned, these Leyline Stones are being introduced to NA a little bit early. Originally, they came with the 22 million downloads campaign on JP, which for NA will be the 19 million downloads campaign, expected around October or November. It just so happens that the 3 limited master missions we are getting with this main story progress campaign are basically the first 3 limited missions originally included with JP's 22 million downloads campaign. So, this probably means that when NA eventually gets its 19 million downloads campaign, the limited missions included will only feature these 4, which would then total a potential 8 SQ, as opposed to the 14 I had originally highlighted in my recent Muramasa SQ saving video. In the end, the total amount of SQ we ultimately receive will be the same, just that we're getting 6 of them a few months earlier than expected. Of course, I would love it if Lisengel still made the limited missions of the 19 million downloads campaign provide 14 SQ, but I will keep my expectations to 8 SQ for now. Anyways, just a little bit of an update for those keeping track of such things for their SQ savings. I'm definitely looking forward to the Ooku Re-run, but I'm glad Lasengel is giving us a bit of time before jumping into it. I hope newer players can take advantage of this campaign and time to at least clear Lost Belt 3. Well, just wanted to make the short video on this main quest story completion campaign, plus the news about the Ooku Re-run. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, and as always, thank you for watching. Cheers!